Hi, all right. I'm going to show you an example of what I mean when I'm talking about doing a branching scenario. So this is a module or a learning object that I created in Articulate Storyline. And so this is how the scenes roll. So here, first scene, I have the prologue introducing the story. And you can see how it scrolls down through all of these slides. And then we get to a slide here where it's a decision point. And the character needs to decide she's not feeling good if she is going to go to work or if she's going to stay home. So then the user will click on one of the two boxes, stay home or go to work. And depending on which one they click on, they're going to be taken to a different scene. So either at work or stay at home. So they both start off with the next day, and then they go through the scenario, either if she's at home, what happens to her, if she's at work, what happens to her. So we go through that. We get to the end of scene 2, and it moves to scene 4. Scene 3 is a little bit longer, but as you'll see here, that one automatically feeds into scene 4 as well. So here's a little arrow pointing there. Then we go through scene 4, and she gets another decision point. And then based on the decision point, it actually is going to be, no matter which decision they make, it's going to feed her to scene 5. Once she gets to scene 5, then there's another decision point for the learners. They can either phone a friend to find out, to ask questions about what she's looking for, or she can do her own internet search. So it's going to take branch then again into one of those two scenes. So each of the times when there's a split between two scenes based on what the learner decides or based on the decision point, that's what we mean by a branching scenario. So branching scenario is not just like choosing an answer and telling them if it's right or wrong. It's choosing an answer and then demonstrating the path that answer is going to end up taking them on based on their decision. A lot of times these are used in corporate trainings or like say you're going to teach somebody how to interact with your customer. You can have scenarios built in that are branching scenarios, and then your learner goes through those scenarios, and based on the interactions or the way that they interact with the customer in the scenario is going to help them understand if it's going to be a positive or a negative experience for the customer in the end. So I just wanted to kind of point out that that's what we mean by branching scenario, where it's got to have like 2 different paths or 3 different paths or however many decision points you want to make. Since this is like a new thing for everybody, or for most of you, I'm assuming, I highly recommend you just choose 2 paths, and then based on those 2 paths, then they can choose which way to go again and then branch off to another 2 paths. So you don't have to get it too complex, but just so that you can get the practice of designing and building those. And it'll be really a good thing for in your portfolio pieces, because that's something that is very powerful in learning, is giving those scenarios and the learners the safe environment in which they can try out different things to see what their outcome is going to be without it being something that, where they could have a critical error. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that this visual was helpful to you as well. Thanks.